It's 11 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for our recurring webinar series. Today we are covering ETRAGE plot service for Windchill. A brief agenda and some basic housekeeping. Please know that all attendees are muted. And if you have questions, you should see at the top of the Teams interface a place to post questions. If time allows, at the end of the presentation, we will get to all those questions. If not, we'll certainly reach out to all questions, to everyone who asks a question, to make sure we get you answers. So today, ETRAGE plot service for Windchill, key things to know. We'll have a live demonstration led by Czeslaw, who I'll introduce in a moment. And here we are. So myself, Scott Rich, our Director of Sales. I've been in the PTC space for the last 8 years. And Czeslaw, our lead technical developer for the ETRAGE PSW, again, plot service for Windchill. Who is ETRAGE? So ETRAGE, we were founded in 2001. We have been a PTC development partner for more than 20 years now. We develop both custom software applications as well as quickly deployed, highly configurable, out-of-the-box applications. To try to briefly state our mission and purpose in the PLM space, we integrate enterprise systems. We handle migrations. We create automation within PLM systems. We extend the PLM digital thread throughout the enterprise. And we are very acute when it comes to listening to customer input to make sure our customers are successful and satisfied. A little bit about what we bring to the marketplace. This is not a complete list, but our core product offerings include the ETRAGE Viewer, the document management system, plot service for Windchill. Some add-ons to those include the drawing note search and SharePoint integration. We have tools for bulk loading, and we do ERP and other types of integrations as well. Some of our services around Windchill include remote support, upgrades, customizations, cloud hosting services, and we do a variety of training on PTC topics. A little bit about our customers and the type of customers who work well with ETRAGE. Anyone who's in manufacturing, anyone who's in design, any size of company that has requirements around sharing data, automating processes within their PLM digital thread, anyone who needs to integrate systems, especially if you need to find a way to integrate disparate legacy systems with newer market demands to your digital thread. We are excellent at bridging the gap between systems. A little bit about our expertise and our staff. We have been in this space as a company for 23 years. We've been doing cloud hosting for 18 of those years. We have 15 dedicated staff members who do application development for our own tools, plugins, and customizations. Separate from that staff, we have 15 staff members domestically handling Windchill and cloud support, and double that number internationally, handling the same Windchill and cloud support. Now, today's topic, the ETRAGE plot service for Windchill, or PSW. What is the PSW? Simply put, highly configurable, out-of-the-box publishing tool. It's an add-on for PTC's Windchill product lifecycle management system. Something that easily extends representations of your product data, not just amongst engineering, but throughout and beyond engineering. Our customers routinely give us feedback that this sort of automation helps them eliminate data entry errors, eliminate the use of incorrect revisions, especially on the shop floor, enables them to share data, and I already mentioned integrate systems that they already have in place or systems they need to deploy. Some common use cases for our customers. We'll use PSW to feed and populate drawing viewers on the shop floor for manufacturing, to automate the production of PDFs and then the delivery of those PDFs, generating PDFs of BOMs and sending those BOMs to every department that might need them, or to customers and vendors, using the PSW to generate whatever files are required for ERP and facilitating an ERP integration with Windchill, as well as expanding Windchill data beyond the pool of Windchill users. Some technical detail about the PSW. And the details on this Czeslaw will handle in just a moment, but to give everyone attending today some glimpse of the technical background, the ETRAGE PSW consists of 2 core layers, both server side and client side, highly configurable. You'll see a number of simple checkboxes so you can see all your options and which options are in use, how you can create, track, set up triggers, or do things in an on-demand mode. One of the questions we often receive around PSW, can it handle my files? I like to say, that Windchill as a PLM system is successful because it is so excessively flexible and because it's CAD neutral. ETRAGE PSW is successful for those same reasons. If something is a file type which is supported by Windchill, then it's also supported and can be handled with the PSW. Final note before we start handing things off to Czeslaw, PSW for systems integration. The post-processing piece to the PSW is how we typically approach this. And it's an area we typically get a lot of questions around, but this is how we can integrate with other systems, how we can integrate with our own systems, such as the viewer and the doc manager. And this is what can lead us to doing custom development to feed any legacy system or new ERP request that might come in from a customer. So our demonstration agenda today, and I will not read through this in detail, but when everyone have a quick glimpse, this is what we intend to accomplish, 12 bullet point items, but we'll emphasize the administration options, how it can be easily, quickly configured on the fly and as needed, and we'll cover some details around the workflow and post-processing options, and again, the system integration options. And again, please feed us your questions as we go, and as time allows, we will answer those by the end. On to Czeslaw, if you could bear with us just a moment as I stop sharing my screen, and Czeslaw will present his screen.
Can you see my screen? Okay. Hello to everyone. And the first PSW processing mode that we will show here on this demo is the automatic on-event processing mode. And in this mode, the PSW is configured to listen for events in Windchill and create requests for processing once such an event occurs. And the current list of events that PSW can monitor in Windchill are a lifecycle state change, revision change, and check-in. Those are currently supported list by events. And for configuring all these options, we have this administrative utilities page. Let me now show you how to configure PSW to automatically process when some drawing or assembly gets into the released lifecycle state. So on this demo, the following scenario we will present it. So, and that is most usual scenario that our customers use. So upon releasing of the CAD object, we would like to create a PDF for Creo drawing, or let's say step file for Creo part or assembly, and then save that viewable file somewhere to the file system. Additionally, we want PDF to be watermarked by adding information about lifecycle state and the date and time when that viewable is created, and to check back in such created PDF as an attachment of the original object. First, we will select here from the administration actions that we need to be executed, and we have here configure actions. As you can see, there are a lot of actions available in the PSW that can be executed on CAD documents or on other supported types like Office documents or PDFs. For this purpose, we will select the PDF export. We will select the PDF watermark and export to step. So those three actions will be selected for execution. If I submit this, close. Now we will get these new actions here in the actions administration page. After that, we need to configure each of these actions where the output should go, where that viewable, once when the viewable file is created, when it should go, and the expression how that viewable should be named. We have a lot of different expressions for how that viewable should be named. Right now, it's configured to use the number from the Windchill of the processed object. After we configured all three actions, I've already pre-configured those. We need just to configure now lifecycle events that will be monitored. And I will select now the released lifecycle state, but you can select also any other available lifecycle state in your system. After submitting, we will get this configure released option in the lifecycle events configuration. And after I open that, we will get one mapping between particular CAD object or CAD document or WT document and a list of the actions. So we said for assemblies, we want to export to step, for CADs to step, and for the drawings, we would like to be exported to PDF and then that PDF to be watermarked. After submitting, now after this we configured PSW on the Windchill side to monitoring events, and when some drawing now or CAD part get into the release state, we will get a request created here in the this all system request queue. Now, as an additional options, we have here mappings and filters, and the folder mapping and name based on mapping allows you to provide different outputs for different settings for the viewable creation. For example, if you want to set different output folders for objects processed from two different products, you can do that through these options. For example, for folder configuration, we can use that one product, for example, Creo, all objects from the Creo, all EPM documents, including its subfolders, should go, for example, to C output Creo and name based on, and any action. So any action on this should be created in this location. For the second, for the other product, like in our system, this AutoCAD, we can configure output to go to some different location for different type of objects. As you can see, it's very configurable. Right now, for this purpose of this demo, we will leave that these options unchanged. And you have configure filters also, one of the options where the filter, this mapping configuration can be used to filter out requests, and basically it can, for example, if you want to process just the objects with a specific attribute value or specific CAD type, you can set it here. So this is a part of this administrative configuration. Of course, we have here exporting configuration to file and importing to just for updates. Now, since we configured Windchill side, let's switch to the PSW request processor and see how this part of our application can be configured. On the client side, we have an application that has a lot of different options. So I will just briefly explain the most important options here. Here, first, we have here configuration. And on this panel, we can configure how the application will run. It can run automatically, or the user can start it manually by clicking on this start button. For some unattended processing, like this on event mode, the automatic start is required. The Windchill panel, it's self-explanatory. Here we configure access to the Windchill, who can access, and what configuration should be downloaded to the Windchill workspace, and so on. Processing options. On this panel, we will define how the application will run. And there are two processing modes of the client application. One is the standalone, and that standalone is used for batch processing. We will go back later to that option. And this Windchill monitoring mode, and in this mode, the client contacts the server, the server part of the application in predefined time intervals, and usually this is 1 minute, and check for requests that we creation on the Windchill side. On the left side, we can see installed models and which actions are currently enabled. For example, for Creo, we have a lot of different actions for the drawings, for the assemblies, and of course, this list can be improved and enhanced per user request. SolidWorks, Unigraphics, Schematics, CATIA Inventor, AutoCAD, and documents. And for each of these modules, we have separate set of configuration options. For example, for PDF, for metadata, for backup original models, or for the assemblies, let's say exporting to Creo view, exporting of some large models, and so on. So each of these panels for SolidWorks, for other CAD authoring applications, has its own set of actions and its own set of configurations. Additionally, for the document export, we can process the Office documents, but also here we can process the whole Windchill products, extract all the relevant data from the Windchill product and create one archive. Or for the WT parts, at this moment, we have just some rudimentary set of actions like extracting the metadata and backup some reference documents. Post-processing, and using these post-processing options, the PSW can do additional actions on already created viewable files. On one of the most used post-processing plugins is the PDF watermark, and that plugin add the watermark text to the produced PDF files. So I will just show you how each watermark can be configured. Also, a lot of options and a lot of template metadata information that can be applied to this watermarked text. So the post-processing, the list of these post-processing plugins is not finite and can be added per user request, but we have three categories for these post-processing plugins. The first category is that system integration, and some of these post-processing plugins are dedicated to the integration with SharePoint, IFS, and other ERP systems, or to our system for storing and searching viewable files named ETRAGE. The second set of we have here IFS, SharePoint, and ETRAGE. For the other set of the plugins is dedicated to updating the created viewable files like PDF watermark, PDF callout that can add text and various objects into the PDFs. Then PDF portfolio, we can update step files created from any of these applications, regardless of the authoring application. The post-processing is working just on the created viewable file. And the third set of plugins is related to the additional Windchill tasks. We have here deleting attachments of the objects that are processed in Windchill, or we can create signature file that collect metadata from the processed object in Windchill and create one Word document and check back in that document into the Windchill. Okay, now let's go to process some models. First, I will put this client into Windchill monitoring mode. And on configuration, you can see that if I start monitoring, every minute it will contact the Windchill part of the application, check if there are system requests for processing, and then start processing. So the basic scenario that we described is to identify some drawing that is right now on in-work lifecycle state. And after it's set to the released lifecycle state, set to released. Okay. And now in the system request queue, we will see that that request is created. It's still not started. And we see on the client side that it will start in 8:23:46 seconds. So for about 10 seconds, the processing will start. The Creo application will start in a background. It will collect all this drawing, open it in a Creo authoring application and export to the PDF. And after that, that PDF will be post-processed by the watermarking plugin and check back in as PDF to the Windchill. So now we just need to wait some time to that watermark be executed. And after that, we can see now that in system requests, the status is changed to finished. And if we go here to the object itself, to the content, and we will see one attachment that is created right now. And if I open this, we will see that it's created on today. Of course, we can also process more than one model at the same time. If we put into usual scenario is to at the same time set the release state on the drawing and on the some assembly that related to that drawing. got released. Okay, now in the system queue, we will get all system requests with these two new requests, and first one is in processing. Along with check back in the data into the Windchill, we can see that output locations for these objects are somewhere on file system, and for this purpose, I created this ET output Windchill. So if we go there, Windchill processing, I will see that one PDF is created from previous run. Now we will get the second one from this run on the file system. And of course, after the client is working in that way that after processing of one object, it automatically starts processing with the next one. Also, it's you can have more than one client that is running on the same time at the same time, but each client requires separate machine, separate hardware. So now let's just wait here. The step is created, and this is on event mode. For the second scenario, the second mode that I want to show you is the on-demand mode. And in on-demand mode, the user can identify some object for processing and create direct request for exporting to some format, to some viewable. And let's say for this part, we have here also a set of objects. I would like to export to step this battery part file. I will get the output folder, select the battery, click on OK, and new request is created. And now that request is can be monitoring through the all user requests. The administrators of this application also has ability to switch the priority of requests that will be started by the clients and so on. So right now we can see that Creo will started, and after processing of this battery, we will get one IGES viewable file created on the particular one of this location. Usually that location, the location are some network drive, but for purpose of this demo, I use just a local drive. And the third option is batch mode that I mentioned earlier. I'll stop monitoring this. And let me show you now the predefined also set of objects for processing. In the batch mode, the PSW is usually started manually by clicking on this start button to process a set of Windchill objects. And let's say that you have some list of the objects that you want to be processed. And I have here that list. One drawing will be processed, one part, one Word document, and one assembly. And we want, after that list of objects is processed, to set everything into one archive file and create archive of all these viewable files. So I will just click on Start, and the application will automatically start processing all these 4 objects. And the output will go here in created archives file. While we are waiting for this, let me just show this processing. So along with this Windchill processing, the PSW can also process the files directly on the file system or from directory or from the ETRAGE viewer. And also it can be set to monitoring some files on the file system, not directly on the Windchill. So we just need now to wait. First is done and 3 more to go. Now, as you can see, along with this drawing and part, we added one Word document to be processed and to be exported to the PDF. And still one more to be done. And the list of actions that will be executed on this authoring application is shown here. So you can select all of them or just a couple of them. And now we have here backup created archive that contains PVZ files, DXF, PDFs, and so on. So that will be everything that I prepared for this demonstration, for this demo. And thank you for your watching.
That wraps up our webinar today. Thank you again to everyone who has joined us. We'll be signing off and recording be made available in a short number of days.